Hello and welcome to Words of Music Recommendations.
And this week we are again on location.
Yes, at Oddington Church. I can't remember the name of the church. It's St something.
St Nicholas.
St Nicholas.
Yeah.
But it's had to be one of the saints, didn't it?
I suppose so.
Well, they're all saints something, aren't they?
I think there's St Mary the Virgin though as well, isn't it? Or no, is that St Mary the Virgin?
St Mary the Virgin.
Oh yeah, they're all saints.
Yes.
Okay, so this is just a bit at the beginning where we just tell you that basically the whole video is of us chatting while we were walking around.
Mostly, yeah, apart from Bernie. Bernie's done another lovely bit from Spike Milligan, but it's like a bit of more of a true like Spike Milligan's
Biography.
yeah, sort of thing. There is a swear word in it, but Bernie apologises and explains why. So please forgive us for that.
Yeah.
But you can not do it, he said, because of the way it's. You'll understand.
You'll understand when you hear it. Drone footage, that'll be over.
Yes, that's going to be over some of the drone footage. There'll be a bit of YouTube copyrighted material, but I can use it because it's from YouTube Sound Library. That'll be over another bit of the drone.
Also, because this week we were out and about, we didn't have our list of music with us. So what Pete's going to do, he's going to write it in as he goes along.
So you'll see the music.
Captions,
music. I suggest this week's suggestions will be flowing over
captions,
the music.
basically.
Captions. Like subtitles then. Subtitles.
Yes, subtitles.
Sometimes you need subtitles for Susie.
Well,
I should do that, shouldn't I?
Yeah, basically, we had too much footage this week.
Yes, I got about 2 hours worth of different bits and bobs, so I had to chop and change a bit.
We did have a good couple of outings this week, didn't we?
We did have a bit of a disaster today and almost didn't make it home alive because we nearly got hit by a truck carrying a great big skip, and we had probably ended up in a skip, possibly dead somewhere.
I don't think we ended up in a skip. The
car would have ended up in the skip.
I thought they crushed them.
Yes.
That's different.
Well, I would have been crushed, wouldn't I, if the skip would have come on the car.
Okay, well, we don't need to about that.
So anyway, so that's that. So we won't probably be mentioning the music out now because we didn't. we sort of don't plan these things very well. We should take a list of it.
The thing is, we
sometimes
sort of,
it's spare of the moment.
It's spare of the moment. We pop out somewhere and think, oh, we've got the video camera.
Yeah.
Let's do some filming and let's have a chat.
And sometimes you can't get out because if there's roadworks, and as you know, there's lots of roadworks here, and if it's raining or cold, can't fly the drone in the.
No, we don't do anything. We just sit here and we sit at the computer and we chat and then we do the show. So again, please let us know if you like it or you don't like it. We'd like to know.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we would just go into the show.
Yeah, so enjoy Oddington and then enjoy Bernie, and then I might be back in
and what's
later.
This going over?
The journey towards Oddington Church.
So you should be seeing the
journey on the way to Oddington.
Right? And then it'll be after that.
Yeah, that'll be after that. A bit of Oddington, bit of Bernie, bit of drone,
and Pete putting their songs, and
we've gone over now, so we've got to go.
Okay. You should be able to see some footage that we've done now, shouldn't they?
Yes. It comes up. Okay, I got a few shots of really high up overall, and some of the landscape. And just as we was coming down, an Apache H-64 attack helicopter went over. Sadly, I didn't manage to get a film of that, which is a shame.
Yeah, we don't want to mess with Apache.
It was quite low. No, you might have heard
They had some rather big guns on them.
Yeah, lots of missiles.
Okay, so again a warning. When wet, and obviously if you've got mobility issues, be careful of the steps down into the church. There's a set one there and the second one's down here. Oh, and here we go. So as usual, the thing you notice about this church is the smell, isn't it, Pete, as soon as you walk in?
Yeah, it's very, very cold
and very smell. It's old. It's what I call an old smell.
Almost musty.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. Don't pull the bells, Petey. I know you're tempted. Some bits of looks like there's some bits of church over it. Look. Looks like that's an old gargoyle who'll come off that one. Oh, I just hit on the head with it. It's actually some
great way to get up to the bell tower with that ladder. I don't think I'd fancy I wouldn't fancy going up there.
interesting piece of equipment. What's this then? Does it say what it is? Hmm? What do you think this is, Pete? Something to do with the bells, maybe? It's definitely stuck into the wall, whatever that is. Remnants of the old paintings. Yeah. Oh, if anybody can tell us what that is, we'd like to know, wouldn't we, Pete?
Doesn't it say one of those?
Oh, we've got directors and yeah, you know, the vicar's helpers. Yeah, that's same over here. That's about the bells. No, it just says about the bells. No, it's all about the bells. Doesn't actually say what that is. What's this on the wall over here? Got a funny little picture drawing here. Oh, that's interesting. It's a bit like they've been drawing on the wall, Pete. I've got a picture of that. Hang on. Hang on, I've got a picture of that. The one thing I do like about this, look at this. This is the funeral pyre, and it's what you put the. It says the dead shall be raised. It's a rather creepy thing to have.
Down personal nature.
This is the Doom, the Resurrection. You can see more about that on my video on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link into that. He's wrapping up over there at the moment. I'll see shield up here. These would, oh I know what these are. These would have been put outside the house at the time of the death. I can't think of what they're called off but they are up there. So they would have been hanging outside the house to announce the death, and they moved in here. They used them. Now I'm trying to find something particular in here today. And if I can't find it, I'll be rather cross. And it looks like I can't find it. Isn't that typical? It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all
I tell you, it must be cold sitting here on a Sunday. It's cold just walking around in here, isn't it? Is it cobwebs? I don't think I fancy standing up there either on the Sunday. Looks sturdy, but I won't be too sure. These writing desks. I wonder if they're dedicated to anybody. Sometimes they're dedicated to somebody. I can't see anything on them. There's a big crack up there, isn't there, Pete?
Oh yeah, it's been hacked together.
You see the big cracks in the wall? What do you think how old these places are? Oh, there's something creepy on this wall. Have a look at this. Can you see it, Pete? Look at this.
Got a crack in there.
Look at this.
Oh, brilliant scar.
It's like a hand as well, look. Oh look, this is, look at this one. Can you see? It's all body parts.
Ew.
Yeah. You got a bit of a, is that a pelvis? No? Yeah, it's all body parts. Sorry. Pete.
Look at all this crack in there, little plaster.
I don't know, will you see this body bit though?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get a close up of that. Can you take this? Can you take that when I try and get a close up of these body parts?
Yeah.
art and medical professor.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get a picture of the thing. Let me go back and look on my phone.
Did you film that bit, did you? Okay, so we've just solved why this is rather an interesting monument. I'll just haven't we, Pete? So if you remember, we just said about the body parts. It says it's a monument erected and it's charged with his second son, John Chamberlain, and it says Art and Med Professor, so that explains the art and the medical. There you go. Oh, that was interesting. I found something down here as well. This is pretty, look at this. I don't know where Pete's gone, he's hovered off, but look at this. Lovely tapestry over here. Look at this. There you go. This is the story of a vixen having her cubs in the pulpit, captivated by my mother, Margaret Baker, who lived in a pasture farm, and in 1967 she embroidered a Neela describing this. Sadly, over the years, the mice, moth and damp took their toll, and in 2020, Dr. Shanghai Fitzgibson from Leamington near Broadway embroidered this exact replica, the only difference being smaller so it could now be behind the glass for prevention. Oh, that's interesting. So that's the pulpit over there, and this is where the vixen had her cub. Oh, that's nice. So there you go, a little story for you. Oh, that's a nice story. Something nice to find in the church. I don't know where Hopalong's gone. Oh, he's gone outside. I'll go and find him again. There we go. And obviously sign the book in here. And we have a... Oh, this is interesting for you. This shows you what parts of the church are... What? There we go. Earliest is 12th century. So here we go. It's the nave, the aisle, that's where we came in, which is 14th century. You can see all bits of front. Okay. Don't put your fingers near the rotating blades like Pete just did and nearly chopped his fingers off. Okay, so he forgot to take his safety card off. That's why it wasn't working. And here we go. There we go.
You might remember last week I said that some of the stuff that I'm going to read from Milligan's war memoirs would be serious. And I'm going to start off with one piece this week. The talk about celebrations of VJ Day, of course we had the D-Day celebrations, or I would rather say commemorations, last year, reminded me that Ike Milligan had an involvement with another unfortunate date, and that was the evacuation of Dunkirk. I make no apology for the fact that at the end of it, I quote one of the soldiers evacuated from there using the F word. You have to remember that this is how they spoke, and to be quite honest, to blot it out, change it to another word, I think would totally spoil the meaning. So I use it, and for those of you who are likely to be offended, I apologise in advance, but you've got to understand the reasons why it's there. The first eventful date in my army career was the eve of the final evacuation from Dunkirk, when I was sent to the outpost at Galley Hill to help the cook. That's in Bexhill, by the way, if you hadn't remembered. I had only been in the army 24 hours when it happened. Each news bulletin from BBC told an increasingly depressing story. Things were indeed very grave. For days previously, we could hear the distant sound of explosions, and heavy gunfire from across the channel. Sitting in a crude wood outpost, heaped with earth at 2 a.m. with a Ross rifle with only 5 rounds made you feel so bloody useless in relation to what was going on the other side. 5 rounds of ammo, and that was between the whole outpost. The day of the actual Dunkirk evacuation, the channel was like a piece of polished steel. I'd never seen a sea so calm. One would say it's miraculous. I presume that something like this had happened to create the Angel of Mons legend. That afternoon, Bombardier Andrews and I went down for a swim. It would appear that we were the only 2 people on the south coast having one. With the distant booms, the still sea, and just 2 figures on the landscape, it all seemed very, very strange. We swam in silence. Occasionally, a squadron of Spitfires or Hurricanes headed out towards France. I remember so clearly. Bombardier Andrews standing up in the water, putting his hands on his hips and gazing towards where the British Expeditionary Force was fighting for its life. It was the first time I'd seen genuine concern on a British soldier's face. "I can't see how they're going to get him out," he said. We sat in the warm water for a while. We felt so helpless. Next day, the news of the small armada came through on the afternoon news. As the immensity of the defeat became apparent, somehow the evacuation turned into a strange victory. I don't think the nation ever reached such a feeling of solidarity as in that week, at any other time during the war. 3 weeks afterwards, a Bombardier Keane, who had survived the evacuation, was posted to us. "What was it like?" I asked him. "Like, son? It were a fuck-up. A highly successful fuck-up." And now for a bit of levity, if you like. A Dornier had been down very near to where Milligan was billeted. And one of the things they recovered from it was a Spandau gun. And they used it as an anti-aircraft gun. And one morning, there was Milligan on guard, if you like, and he heard a Dornier in low cloud. "Oh, what a chance," he says. I uncovered the Spandau. I could see the headlines again. "Milligan downs another. King takes back. Military medal in part exchange for a VC." A window opened. The lathered face of leather suitcase appeared. That's the CO. "Milligan, what are you standing there for?" "Everybody's got to be somewhere, sir." "What are you doing?" "Gonna have a crack at the Hun, sir." "Don't be a bloody fool. You'll give our position away. Now cover up that gun before it gets spoiled." As he spoke, there was a lone explosion. The Dornier had dropped a bomb in Devonshire Square. "Do you see what you've done?" he said, slamming the window shut. He must have been worth 2 divisions to the Germans. It was going to be a long war. Churchill had a tough job on. It was thanks to him we had any guns at all.
See, she doesn't listen. I said the church is open.
Well, I wasn't listening. I wasn't actually paying attention to what you were saying. I was just talking to the camera.
You'll carry that for me.
But I tell you, I've got blame for everything I do. Okay. Right. You wanted to talk about the penalisation for
Oh yeah,
drivers.
when I went to hospital in the ambulance, I think it might have been the second or I don't know, the third time, I can't remember, I've lost count, I've been there so many times. I got a bed with my own name on it now. First of all, when they were sat waiting to park, because they couldn't park because they were building again and they were having trouble parking, so you got to sign in apparently. When you get into an ambulance, it says please enter your identification. You can't actually start the ambulance. They got a special ID, which is great, so nobody can steal it. Then she had the engine running, and so the next minute the computer says, you can hear it, the computer says, goes, engine running, penalisation if you don't, basically don't turn it off. And it kept saying penalisation. They said you have been penalised for keeping the engine running because of the environment. So it looks like they get penalised. And another one, she said she was obeying the speed limit that said on the signs, and it said 60, so 50, so she was doing 50. So when she got back home, she got called into the office and they said, you broke the speed limit. She said, no, I didn't. She said, look, the signs are clear. She showed him on the map, luckily. She had a video of it as well. And he said, yes, but you're only allowed to do 40 because you're an ambulance in that particular part. She said, it says 50. He said, no, everything's telling me. She goes, no, so she's getting in trouble for doing that. She goes, right, fine, from now on, I'm only ever going to do the 50. It was 50, sorry, not, instead of 60. So she said, that's all I'm going to do now. It's ridiculous. They don't have to get in trouble for things.
Along with the rubbish they get from the people that they drive.
Yeah, and they get a lot of abuse.
I'll tell you what would be interesting if you were doing some drone footage.
If I can, yeah.
Right up there, can you see there?
Oh yeah, some gargly doors.
Some interesting looking pictures of them. That'd be making it, wouldn't it? So,
yeah.
That was...
got some bluebells down there, right down the bottom. I don't think I'll get down there.
Do you mean snowdrops?
That's what I said, snowdrops.
You said bluebell.
Yes, I know, snowdrops. Bluebells, snowdrops.
Well, one's blue, one's white. Okay.
Depends if you're colourblind.
There's some of them things that David likes down there as well, so we'll go and have a look at them for you.
And there's not any naked women in here.
I meant them things that I won't say what they are, because every time I try and say it, it goes completely and utterly wrong. You can see how old this graveyard is. You can see, look at these poor old stones are all falling apart. We have got another video up on my YouTube channel that tells you about this place. It's just, we thought we'd do some filming for you today from this place, because it's a lovely...
Yes, I'm going to try and get a bit of a drone shot, but as I said, you've got to be careful. You do get a lot of people come in here because they park up and they go walking.
Yeah, there's nobody here at the moment.
You can walk up to the other church.
It's a lovely place to come and have a look.
Filmed the other day.
Yeah, we're getting there's a picture. There's a interesting picture, medieval picture inside. It's called the Dome. It's the resurrection, so that'd be interesting if Pete can get that for you. There's some interesting little gargoyles up the top there that he's going to try and get as well for you. And I'm just going to go over here because I've got some beautiful flowers out, and I'm sure you're going to appreciate these. Beautiful field. That's snowdrops. Today, they're so pretty to look at. There we go. Oh. And actually we've got some crispy leaves, so that's quite nice as well. I wouldn't have thought they'd still be here, but they are. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely beautiful. Spring is in the air, as they say. As long as we've made. Beautiful these are, look at these. All the way around here. I'll just go and take this down here. And in a minute we'll go right down there. Beautiful day.
Okay, well that brings us to the end of Voice and Music Recommendations show again. We really hope you enjoyed it. Again, thank you very much to Bernie for his fantastic reading, Spike Milligan's book. I'm not quite sure where we'll be coming from next week. If you've got any ideas, let us know. As long as it's obviously local. So if there's anything you want to see, we'll try and get there and film it. I know David might